All right, you royal rubberneckers, let's cut the crap and dive into some seriously fucked up history.
Okay.
We're talking about the Duke of Cambridge title.
Right.
Sounds all fancy and shit, right?
It does.
Well, get ready for dead babies, illegitimate kids, and enough drama to make your head spin.
It's wild how this title starts.
Yeah.
The first few dudes who were supposed to be Duke of Cambridge never even got to wear the damn crown.
No shit.
They're all sons of the Duke of York, who later became King James II, but they drop like flies before they could even say, God save the king.
Seriously, what the hell was going on back then?
Ooh.
Were they feeding these royal brats poison-laced porridge? I mean, dying as a kid sucks.
Yeah.
But imagine being a prince and not even making it out of diapers.
Infant mortality was a real bitch in the 1600s,
Right.
even for royalty.
Yeah.
But it makes you wonder about the whole title game.
Was that?
It's like they were placeholders?
Placeholders.
Just waiting for some lucky sperm to survive long enough to actually claim the prize.
Talk about a high-stakes game of genetic roulette, huh?
Yeah.
So what happened? Did some lucky sperm finally make it?
Well, kinda, but then just when you think things are settling down, the whole damn dukedom disappears.
What?
When George Augustus becomes King George II in 1727, the title merges with the crown.
The crown. Poof.
Gone.
So it just disappears.
Yeah.
It's like winning the lottery and then having the government say, psych, that money's ours now. What a royal screw job.
Yeah, pretty much.
But wait, it gets even weirder.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about this Prince Adolphus dude and his massive brood.
Right, so King George III. This guy's dad had a knack for popping out kids.
Okay.
Adolphus was his seventh son.
Seventh son.
Talk about a full house.
This king must have had some seriously potent royal swimmers.
He did.
Or maybe he just didn't give a shit about birth control.
What?
I mean, they didn't have condoms back then, did they?
Condoms or not, Adolphus actually lived a long life.
Really?
And even managed to produce an heir.
An heir?
Prince George, who became the second Duke of Cambridge.
Okay, so we're back in business.
Yeah, but here's where the shit really hits the fan.
Let me guess. Prince George knocked up some tavern wench
Well, no.
and sparked a royal scandal of epic proportions.
Not quite.
Okay, what happened?
He fell head over heels for an actress named Sarah Fairbrother.
An actress?
A total smoke show, but definitely not royal material.
So this Prince George was a bit of a rebel, huh?
Oh.
Decided to follow his heart instead of the damn rule book.
You could say that, but his heart led him straight into a shitstorm.
How so?
You see, marrying an actress was a big no-no according to the Royal Marriages Act of 1772.
What's that?
It was like the ultimate royal cockblock.
No wonder this dude's story is so juicy.
It is.
He went full Romeo and Juliet, but with a crown and a whole lot more drama.
And just like Romeo and Juliet, this love story had a tragic ending.
A tragic ending.
Because of this marriage, their kids were considered bastards.
Bastards.
No fancy titles, no claim to the throne, nada.
Damn, talk about being born on the wrong side of a velvet rope.
Yeah.
Imagine being told, sorry kid, you're royalty, but not that kind we like. Brutal.
It is.
So what happened to the title after this whole debacle?
Well,
Did it just vanish again?
I don't know, pretty much. When the second Duke kicked the bucket in 1904, the Duke of Cambridge title went extinct again.
So it's gone again.
It's like this title was cursed or something.
This is some seriously messed up history, man. Dead babies, love scandals, disappearing titles. It's like a royal episode of Game of Thrones without the dragons.
It's enough to make you wonder if the title was more trouble than it was worth, but hold on tight,
Why?
because this roller coaster ride isn't over yet.
We're not done.
We're just getting to the modern era where things get even more interesting.
Oh, I can't wait to hear about this.
Oh.
We're talking about Prince William and Kate Middleton, right?
You got it.
The golden couple, the media darlings. Well, you know,
Mm-hmm.
let's spill the tea on these two.
Let's just say, even in the 21st century, the Duke of Cambridge title can't escape a little drama.
All right, listeners, buckle up. We're about to dive into the world of Wills and Kate, and trust me, it's going to be a wild ride.
It is. All right, so let's fast forward to 2011.
Okay, 2011.
The Queen decides to dust off the old Duke of Cambridge title
Yeah.
and slap it on.
Ooh.
You guessed it, Prince William.
Oh, no shit. What a shocker. It's like the royal family has a playbook for this kind of thing.
What do you mean?
Prince gets married. Give him a fancy title.
Well, it's not quite that simple.
What do you mean?
There's actually a lot of history and tradition behind these titles.
Yeah, tradition.
Yeah.
It's all just a big circle jerk for the blue bloods. But
Yeah.
let's be real.
Okay.
Nobody gives a shit about that.
Right.
What everyone wants to know
Yeah.
is, did Wills and Kate sign a prenup?
I highly doubt we'll ever know the details of their financial arrangements.
Yeah.
But what we do know is that if William becomes king,
Right.
all his fancy titles, including Duke of Cambridge,
Yep.
get sucked back into the crown.
Back into the crown.
It's like a royal vacuum cleaner.
Dan, that sucks. Imagine working your whole life for a promotion, and then the moment you get it, they snatch it away. Talk about a royal buzzkill.
But here's where it gets interesting.
Yeah?
If William kicks the bucket before becoming king, his eldest son, Prince George,
Little Georgie,
inherits the title.
holy shit.
Yeah.
That kid is walking around with a target on his back. I wouldn't want to be his babysitter. Imagine the pressure.
It's definitely a unique set of circumstances, but it highlights the whole point of these titles.
What's that?
They're not just about fancy names and ceremonies.
Right.
They're about the line of succession,
Go.
the future of the monarchy.
Yeah. The monarchy. That ancient institution built on power privilege and a whole lot of inbreeding.
Oh.
But hey, at least they give us something to gossip about.
Speaking of gossip, what about little Prince Louis?
What about him?
The one who's always flipping off the paparazzi.
Yeah.
What are the odds of that kid ending up as the Duke of Cambridge?
Well, it's unlikely, but not impossible.
If something were to happen to both William and George, then Louis would be next in line for the title.
Can you imagine that shitstorm? Prince Louis, the Duke of Cambridge, trashing Buckingham Palace and throwing wild parties with Instagram models. The tabloids would have a field day.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. But speaking of unlikely scenarios, remember that family tree graphic from Wikipedia?
Oh, yeah, that tangled mess of branches and names. It's like trying to trace the lineage of a drunken spider. But you know what I find fascinating?
What's that?
All those extinct titles.
Yeah.
It's like a graveyard of forgotten royalty.
What's intriguing is how these titles disappear and reappear throughout history.
Right.
Sometimes merging with the crown, sometimes being recreated for a new generation.
Okay.
It's a reflection of the ever-changing dynamics of the monarchy.
It's crazy to think that there were all these other dukes and earls and whatnot.
I know, right?
All vying for power and prestige. And now they're just footnotes in a history book.
It makes you realize that even the most powerful titles and positions are ultimately temporary.
Yeah. Deep shit, man. Makes you wonder what the point of it all is.
Well, I think the point is the story. The human drama that unfolds over generations, the rise and fall of families, the pursuit of power, the weight of legacy. These titles are simply threads in the larger tapestry of history.
I guess that's one way to look at it.
Yeah.
But let's be honest.
Okay.
Most of these royal families are just a bunch of dysfunctional weirdos with a penchant for drama.
That's certainly true in some cases. But I think there's also a sense of duty and responsibility that comes with these titles.
Duty and responsibility.
A commitment to serving the people and upholding certain values.
Yeah, right. Like that whole serving the people thing hasn't been used as an excuse for all sorts of shady shit throughout history. I'm pretty sure Henry VIII wasn't exactly a champion of the common man when he chopped off all those wives' heads.
Well, I'm not arguing that every monarch has been a paragon of virtue. But I do think there's a certain weight of expectation that comes with these titles.
Okay.
A sense that you're not just representing yourself, but an entire lineage and a nation.
I suppose that's true. But let's be real. In this day and age, it's all just a big PR game. The royals are basically celebrities with better healthcare and a bigger inheritance.
There's definitely an element of that, especially in the age of social media and 1,047 news cycles.
Exactly.
But I think there's still something to be said for the symbolism and tradition that these titles embody.
Okay, so you're saying it's not all about power and privilege.
Right.
There's actually some deeper meaning hidden beneath all the pomp and circumstance.
I believe so. These titles are like living relics connecting us to the past and reminding us of the enduring power of history and tradition.
All right, I see your point.
Yeah.
But I still think the whole thing is a bit ridiculous. I mean, seriously, Duke of Cambridge. It sounds like something out of a Monty Python skit.
Well, humor is a valid response to absurdity, and perhaps that's the best way to approach this topic.
How so?
With a healthy dose of skepticism and a willingness to poke fun at the absurdity of it all.
You know what? You're absolutely right. At the end of the day, it's all just a big game of pretend a historical reenactment with a really big budget.
And sometimes it's okay to just sit back and enjoy the show.
You got that right. But you know what would make this whole royal circus even more entertaining?
What's that?
If they brought back gladiatorial combat. Imagine Prince William and Prince Harry duking it out in the arena, fighting to the death for the title of Duke of Cambridge.
Well, I'm not sure the Queen would approve of that.
Come on, wouldn't that be epic? The whole world would be watching. Pay-per-view would go through the roof.
I think you're getting a little carried away.
Maybe. But hey, a guy can dream right.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But speaking of dreams,
Yeah.
did you know that there's actually a historical precedent for this kind of royal rivalry?
Oh, really? Spill the tea, my friend. I'm all ears.
Well, back in the 15th century, there was this thing called the Wars of the Roses.
The Wars of the Roses.
It was a bloody conflict between two branches of the royal family,
Okay.
the House of York and the House of Lancaster, who were both vying for the throne.
Wait, so they were literally fighting over roses. That's some next-level petty shit.
Well, the roses were just symbols representing each house.
Oh, okay.
The real conflict was about power land and who had the rightful claim to the throne.
Okay, so it was basically Game of Thrones, but with fancier hats.
You could say that, but the point is these kinds of royal rivalries and power struggles have been going on for centuries.
Right.
It's all part of the human drama that we were talking about earlier.
Damn, that's some heavy shit. I guess the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Exactly. And who knows what the future holds for the Duke of Cambridge title and the royal family as a whole. Maybe we'll see a resurgence of these ancient rivalries, or maybe we'll witness a completely new chapter unfold.
Only time will tell. But hey, in the meantime, I'm going to stock up on popcorn and enjoy the show.
Yeah.
You know what they say, history repeats itself, especially when it comes to royal families and their endless supply of drama.
I think you're starting to get the hang of this whole royal history thing.
All right, so we've talked about dead baby dukes, royal love scandals, and the whole messed up Game of Thrones that is the British monarchy.
Yeah.
But let's not forget about that family tree graphic from Wikipedia. That thing is more twisted than a pretzel factory explosion.
It is pretty wild.
You've got lines, crisscrossing titles popping in and out of existence.
Right.
And enough illegitimate kids to fill a football stadium.
Yeah. It's like a soap opera on steroids.
You know what's wild?
What?
All those extinct titles just hanging out on that family tree.
Yeah.
Like Ghosts of Christmas Past.
It's like a graveyard of forgotten royalty.
It is fascinating, though, isn't it?
What is?
How those titles vanished.
Yeah.
Some merging with the crown,
Right.
others just fading into obscurity.
It happens, makes you think, doesn't it?
About.
One minute you're the big cheese, the next you're just a dusty old portrait hanging in some forgotten corner of the palace.
Yeah.
Talk about a reality check.
That is a reality check.
Hey, at least those forgotten dukes and earls didn't have to deal with social media. True.
Can you imagine Henry VIII trying to navigate Twitter?
Oh, God.
One bad review of his latest beheading,
Right.
and he'd probably shut down the whole damn internet.
Probably.
But anyway, back to the present.
Okay.
We've ripped on the monarchy,
Yeah.
dug up their dirty laundry,
We have.
and basically concluded that the whole Duke of Cambridge thing is a bit of a joke.
Yeah, kind of.
So why should anyone give a damn about this title in 2025?
Well, despite all the absurdity and the historical baggage, these titles still hold a certain power,
Yeah.
a symbolic weight that resonates with people.
Right.
They represent a connection to the past, a sense of continuity and tradition that can be strangely compelling even in our cynical modern age.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
It's like that old saying, you can take the boy out of the trailer park, but you can't take the trailer park out of the boy.
Haha.
Once royalty, always royalty, I guess.
It's more about the enduring allure of history and tradition. These titles are threads woven into the fabric of British culture, whether we like it or not.
I see your point. Okay, fine. I'll
Yeah.
bite.
Right.
Let's say hypothetically that I, a humble podcast host,
Yeah.
suddenly became the Duke of Cambridge.
You're the Duke.
What the hell would I even deal with that title?
What would you do?
Besides getting free drinks at the pub, obviously.
Well, you wouldn't exactly be ruling a duchy anymore,
Right.
but you'd have a platform, a voice that people would listen to. You could champion causes, support charities, raise awareness for important issues.
So basically, it's like being an influencer, but with a fancier title and better health insurance.
You could put it that way, but with a deeper historical and cultural significance.
Okay. I'm starting to see the appeal.
Yeah.
But let's be real. If I were the Duke of Cambridge, I'd probably just use the title to get backstage passes to concerts and skip the line at Disneyland.
That sounds more like your style.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
But hey, who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe there's a real-life Duke of Cambridge out there somewhere,
Hey.
secretly wishing he could trade it all for a quiet life and a season pass to Disneyland.
Anything is possible.
Well, folks, there you have it. The Duke of Cambridge title, a wild ride through history scandal and the enduring absurdity of the British monarchy. We've learned about dead babies, rebellious princes, and the complex web of power and privilege that comes with a fancy title.
It's been quite a ride.
But most importantly, we've learned that even in 2025, with all our technology and cynicism,
Yeah,
we're still fascinated by the stories of kings and queens, dukes and duchesses.
we are.
Maybe it's the drama, maybe it's the history, or maybe we just secretly wish we were part of that exclusive club.
It's fun to think about.
Whatever the reason, the Duke of Cambridge title and the whole damn monarchy will continue to be a source of endless fascination, amusement, and, let's be honest, a whole lot of WTF moments.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a story that's still being written.
Yeah.
Who knows what twists and turns await us in the next chapter?
Yeah, who knows?
Only time will tell. But hey, at least we'll be here to break it all down for you with a healthy dose of humor and a whole lot of skepticism. So until next time, folks, keep it real, keep it irreverent, and always remember the only thing more entertaining than the British monarchy is talking shit about them. Peace out.